You need to build success and rewards into your learning practice. Now, what often happens at school is failure gets built into people's learning practice instead. And how this happens, starting from when you're a young child, people struggle to understand something in a class and then they struggle again to understand something else. That takes all the fun out of it, of course, and then they disengage a little bit. And this kind of continues until they finally fail at some point, and again, takes all the joy out of it. And what can happen is this can kind of spiral or turn into a pattern until you get somebody as an adult who doesn't believe they're a good learner, and so it's this negative pattern that has reinforced itself. We want to change that pattern. How do you do that? Well, you're going to train your brain to associate learning with joy and with rewards. How do you do it? Well, let's talk about that. Let's just pick a really simple learning goal that we can just use as an example. I want to learn all the road rules and pass my theory driver's test. Now imagine that was your goal. What you want to do is when you set that goal is you want to plan in a way to reward yourself, to celebrate success when you get it. Here are a couple of examples of people that have celebrated their success. Well, I had one learner that loved to go and sit down by the river. He'd take a pie and chips, sit down on the grass by himself, and just like to watch the river and eat and listen to music and stuff like that. So he set a learning goal and he decided that he wouldn't go to the river until he had achieved that learning goal. It took him about a week and a half, and after a week and a half he achieved that goal. He went and bought a pie and chips and he went down to the river and he watched the water, and that was him celebrating. That was his moment. Another friend of mine had a favorite song, a victory song, and she decided that she wouldn't listen to that song at all until she had passed her learning goal or completed her learning goal. And when she did, she blasted that song, she did a dance and so on, and felt good, And that song, interestingly enough, when she listens to it now, makes you feel all those feelings of success again, Do you have a victory song that you use? Another learner that I worked with really liked to ring his mum and give his mum good news. And so he decided that when he completed the learning goal, which was about a week, 2 weeks, he would ring his mum and tell his mum. And that was the little thing he was looking forward to about that. So you can see that it's different for everybody. It might be small, but it's meaningful for you. And what it is you are changing the way your brain works, changing the patterns, and you're increasing the associations between the learning, enjoyment, and success. And if you keep doing this, it will just get stronger and stronger, and you'll begin to enjoy learning, and you'll begin to enjoy the successes, and you'll have this big sort of history of successes lined up behind you, which you'll carry forward into each learning thing. This is how you begin to rebuild after struggling at school and not believing you're a good learner and so on. This is how you do it. You have to actively build those positive connections. So build these celebrations into your learning. Plan them as you're writing your learning goals and so on, and make sure you celebrate and develop those strong connections.